Hello, woodchucks and farmers. Welcome back to Oceanside Forest, where it's about time to call it a month in November. I was going to do soil sampling, but you know what? We can do that next month because I don't actually need to be in the field, so the crop does grow. Not that big of a deal. We got narrow tires on anyways, but with a soil sampler, I can go up by the telephone poles and take samples there, and it should read the fields either way, especially with our modded soil sampler. That should reach quite a far ways. But in between episodes, I've been up at the field, I guess, the field that we're going to be creating, and chopping down trees, cutting trees down. And I have reached over 500 trees, I do believe. Where am I going to go? Here we go. 502. So we'll delete the stumps when we get up there. We'll be up there, I'm hoping, in the month of December, which we're going to be here shortly, to plow in a field. So I brought in a whole bunch of wood down here to the sawmill. It was at 400,000 liters of wood. It may go through the night, depending how fast. I mean, we know the sawmill is fast. How fast is it? 400,000 liters in, over 12 hours. I think it probably will. Over here at the firewood, I don't think we have anything spawned yet. So we had 30,000 liters in here of wood, and we got 405 liters of firewood. So it's not really showing us in the production buildings what the true ratio is here, and I don't know why, but yeah, I'm not running the production revamp mod. I do have the upgraded mod activated, but we haven't upgraded it at all. And also to answer, there was a couple of questions. If we upgrade this, everything is doubled when you upgrade it. So if I were to upgrade it, it would probably hold 60,000 liters of wood and be able to store a whole bunch of firewood. But yeah, we're not going to upgrade that. We really didn't need the firewood mod, only because the sawmill is going through the wood so much. But I wanted to use that on the series anyways, just to give it a go, because we tried firewood and Solyndra. It worked. But yeah, we're going to try this one out. Anyways, we're going to go to bed. Remember, we don't have a loan. We paid that off last episode, so all the money we got is ours. We're not going to wake up with more money. We have to sell everything. But let's come into here, and I do hope... Ooh, my head's through the roof. Let's close the door. If we look at the forecast, I was just looking at it, I was like, I hope it doesn't snow in December, because I want to plow that field in. If we look at the forecast, kind of a weird forecast, but tomorrow a high of 73, low of 23, 50 degrees difference. It's going to snow in a day or in a month that is 73 degrees. But okay, we're going to sleep actually till 9 because, it's December. So if I woke up at 8, it'll be just barely sunrise. The map is not dark. It's actually just because there's a lot of trees around. Oh, and there's the snow. I hope it doesn't really accumulate. It may or may not. We'll have to wait and see. But let's head outside. I don't see any snow on the ground, but sometimes it'll take a second to kick on in. It's 48 degrees, so yeah, there's going to be no snow on the ground. There is our firewood. Those are actually pretty big pallets. I wonder if our autoloader will pick them on up. And we still have 22,000 liters of wood in there, so that's going to go for a while, and that's fine. We don't need that to make money. We're perfectly fine with that because we got this beast right here, and it went through that 400,000 liters of wood real easy. I had about $200,000 worth of material if we looked at the stock market page, and now I got nearly 1.7 million, but of course we can't really count that. But we're just selling everything anyways, because we would like the money. But we're going to hold off on that just for now, because the John Deere 7R can do everything that we needed to. Let me drop that off. We're going to go down to the store because I haven't picked up the soil sampler just yet. So let's go down and pick that up. We're going to leave the narrow tires on the John Deere for now. And we're going to go get some soil samples and see how our fields are actually doing. Because we're not going to get that good of a yield until we get soil samples, which is kind of weird because the field is the way it is. Why describing a soil sample is going to make our yield better? I'll explain better once we get to the field, but you should see why. I do have the tree harvester down here at the workshop. We are going to change the color of it. I am recording this when the last episode went out. It's been about maybe 9 hours, and yeah, the color has been pretty much chosen. I mean, there's been a lot of options, but of course the runaway one, it's no secret. It was going to be pink, no matter what because I mentioned it, and then you guys just went crazy on the pink. There were actually some other good color combos, but unfortunately, every one of those basically just had like one vote, and pink had like a dozen. So it's going to be pink. So get ready for it. Yeah, so let's go up here and we'll get the soil samples. I'll go in the field first to kind of show you how weird this is kind of going to be, because it's going to say like expected yield is going to be like maybe 80% because we fertilized it. We'll see. But then I'll just take a soil sample and we'll get the soil samples in, and it may jump up to like 120. It's not going to jump up to 120 just because the field hasn't been plowed. There's no lime in the field. We did weed spray, so that's a giant plus. But the weed spray doesn't really affect the yield considerably a lot. I'm trying to remember what the percentage of weeds in the field are and what the penalty is. But let's just go get the soil samples and it'll all become clear. Actually, let me start unfolding this. Let me jump on out here. Tractor should come to a complete stop before I get on out. So expected yield, and we're just trying to get a rough idea of this area here. It's showing 73%. All right, now let's get the map up. Now this is going to cover a big area. I think it's the same one was using on Hinterland. Can I squeeze between those? I can. Let me come up to... I can go a little bit further. So it's going to take 2 samples to get this field done. So yeah, I didn't get the big soil sampler. Did I grab a sample? Don't think I did. Oh, because I'm probably hitting the wrong button. There we go. Helps if you hit the right button. Then we'll just kind of keep coming up through here. I keep using my mouse wheel to try to scroll into the map. That doesn't work. It'll only scroll in on the main screen. And get a sample here. That's all we need. And the soil sample is now sent to laboratory. Yes. Thank you very much. And we should have to wait not too long. Let me just see if we can drive into the field. Let's get rid of the map. Soil samples are in. This crop has not grown since then. Let's go back on down to that corner and we'll see what that did. What did that do for my yield? For a minute I thought I was destroying the crop, but that's the real dirt mod kicking on in. I thought it was like the crop being destroyed. Probably shouldn't drive that fast through the crop. So we were right around 73%. And now, just by taking soil samples, expected yield's 116. Just because we took soil samples. It's the way it works. So that's the way it is. Let's go ahead and fold that on in. There we go. And now we'll go drop this off. And then we'll go back on down to the store because we're going to get ourselves the John Deere plow that we used on Hinterland. I was on the mod hub for about maybe 45 minutes today, looking at some things I would use on this series, and also getting our seed drill that we'll be using. I'm not getting the biggest one because I don't think we need one extremely big. In the future, if we decide we need one a lot big, I'm not talking about that seed drill, but the one we're going to be buying, not today, because I definitely don't have the money for that today, plus I got to buy the tractor first. But I was looking at some of that stuff. I was looking at trying out different sheds, which I do have a workshop picked out. I was looking at silos, trying to figure out different type of silos. Yeah, it's a research in progress. So I'm trying to look at things so I'm ready when it comes. But I'll keep on looking. But we will be getting the Versatile tractor, not the same one that was on sale a couple months ago. Somebody bought that, so it's gone. We're just going to buy new, I think, most of the time. We did buy the 7R on sale. The only reason why I want to buy new is, one, we're going to have the money. We know that. Two, I would like to know how many hours I'm actually putting on the vehicle. So the 7R, I haven't put 31 hours on it, of course. But it's just kind of interesting and fun to know, wow, I've actually used that tractor, that truck for so long. It's kind of interesting when you get down to an end of a, you know, you've probably done it yourself. You're just playing, and it's like, I wonder how long I've been on the map. You go check the stats. It's like, wow, I've played that long in that series. And you get in a tractor one day, you look down the hours. I'm like, I've used this tractor for 13 hours or whatever. All right, so we're gonna come in here. Oh yeah, we're going to have to do the tree harvester first. So let's come over to here. Customize. Now, pink is not an option, but I am running the color mod that allows me to do this. So we'll go to red because that's pretty dark. No, sorry. I got to press and hold. There we go. Press and hold. And we'll go down to the pink area. How pink do we want it? I don't know. I mean, let's just apply that. All right. And the design color. Which one's the design color? Let's just go with yellow so I know what I'm dealing with. All right. Do I want to make it pink? Or... I think someone did mention a pink color combo. Most people just said pink, but let me just double check on the comments. I think someone did say pink and something, which it could be just a horrible color combo, but you know what? We may just go with it. Well, actually, it was Spencer. Well, blame Spencer for this one. He said pink and yellow, and that's actually what we got here. So, pink and yellow. Yeah, I can't change. Someone did say pink with purple rims, but that could have been for something else. I don't think we can change the color of the wheels at all. And if you're talking about these treads, the tracks on the tires, yeah, we can't do that. But let's go ahead and customize that. It's actually free of charge, which is nice. All right. Oh, I got to rehitch that back up. Now let's move that out of the way. You know, the pink-yellow is not that bad. I mean, I guess there could be different shades of pink and yellow, which could make it worse, but that's not too bad. And we'll be using that later on in the episode because we're going to start kind of creating a second field a little bit today as well. May have to pay for the tires I want on this John Deere. If I can find the trigger, there it is. Wheel setup. Trelleborg, should I stay on Trelleborg? So, no, not standard. Oh, wait, John Deere. I don't think I can go wide tires and weights, can I? Oh, wait, there's wide tires with weights right there. 3,200. I don't know. Yeah, of course we're going to do it. Yep. All right. And then while we're kind of out of there, let's go ahead and get the plow right away. So scroll on down. Same one as we used on Hinterland. And there it is. It requires 720 horsepower. And it's $85,000. So that brings our money on down. But now we got actually an official plow. This John Deere is actually a 371? 373. Okay. So not too bad. Alright, back to wide tires and weights. Yeah, the weights are the... Well, it's kind of hard to see because the weights on the John Deere match the color of the rim, so they blend right in. But they are there. So I'll grab the plow. Yeah, John Deere all over the place, it seems like. And once, I don't want to say get more money in, but I'll probably trade in the 7R. But it won't be until maybe the springtime once I know our money situation, because I want to be able to buy the drill, and we got to buy the Versatile, and all that's going to cost us probably around 700 grand for all that. Yeah, big change, but our sawmill does wonders. And then, of course, I would like to be able to get the harvester I want for the series, but when harvest time comes, if I don't have the money, then we'll find different means. But, yeah, the harvester itself, if I remember the base price of the one I was looking at was like 750 grand. Now, I know, a lot more expensive than the base game harvesters, but, you know, that's the way it is. So here we are. Now, before we start creating a field, now, this field will eventually get bigger, but I just wanted to get started and change it up a little bit from tree harvesting. I think it took me like an hour and a half to cut down the 80 trees to get up to the 502 that we're at. But if we come over to here, somewhere, we should start seeing stumps. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we're seeing some stumps around here. But what we're doing is, for every 100 trees that we cut, we're paying $50,000 for someone to do it for us. Wait, is it 50 or 5,000? It's 5,000. Jeez. 5,000. All right, and then we come in here and remove stumps. And now all the stumps should be gone. It won't eliminate any trees that I cut and that are on the ground, which I don't think there are any here. I think the autoloader picked them all up for us. But we're going to start creating ourselves a field here. If I get more done in the wintertime and before April rolls around, which we probably will, then I'll come back here and do some more. But I wanted to get back into doing some farming. So let's hit that button there to start allow to create field. Now, obviously, this is not going to take us long. But at least we'll start getting some more farmland around here. I mean, I still will be driving the truck through here and, of course, the tree harvester. But when I said we're using the tree harvester today, probably at the end of the episode, we're actually going to be going up by the production and chicken farm yard. Because I was doing the fly around, so before I started making this field a few episodes ago, I flew up in the air, or sent a drone up in the air, and we went up just over the hill here to where there was kind of an open area with some trees into it. I said, well, that one's way too hilly, which it is. And I said, well, we'll just pick another one at a later date and make a field out of that. Now, the only other one I found is this right behind where the production buildings are going to be. So we're going to go up there and cut those down because it won't take me long to clear those out. And that way, at least we'll have 2 fields ready to rock in April when it comes time to plant the sorghum. Because wheat and barley on this map, we can only plant in the fall. No wheat or barley. And we only want wheat, barley, and sorghum for the chickens if we have more than enough in the future. But then again, I got to get a stockpile going for all the chickens. Then we can start looking at maybe putting in other crops. But we're just sticking to those 3 to begin with. Now, as for the trees on the side here, I'm just leaving them there because I don't want too much open space. But we'll see how it goes. I may get in here with my equipment and just find out it's a hassle. So we'll just take them on down. But for now, I want to leave some trees up. Which sounds kind of ridiculous, I know, since we got... I don't know how many trees are actually on the map. I was trying to remember, like, on Green Mountain Forest that we did in FS19... I think that map had like 80,000 trees on it. That may be extreme, but that's the number that's sticking in my head. As you can see here in this map, I've cut down, 500. And if I were to fly up in the air, I mean, we barely even made a dent. But there might be like 50,000 trees on this map, somewhere around there. So for what we actually paid for this plow and how much we're going to use it, we definitely overpaid. We're not going to have to plow our fields hardly ever. I mean, I don't want to say never because it all depends on what I plant. We only need it to create a field and also get rid of to where the field says needs plowing, like the other 2. I use a cultivator to create the field, not a plow. So those fields up there still need to be plowed. So I'm going to lose some on the precision farming scoring, but that's fine. So yeah, this is basically only here to create the fields. That's it. Now, when I get the seed drill, don't be saying that drill is oversized for what you have. It will be. I know that. You'll see when we get it in the springtime. But, I'm just going to buy because people did want to see the bigger equipment being used. And once we, get more work done here, the fields will get bigger. Like I said, this one will get bigger. So once this field hopefully gets like double, triple the size, then the drill will come in handy. It's still going to be oversized, I think, probably, because we'll get the field done relatively quick. I mean, it's not going to be like 1 pass, 2 pass, we're done. I think the drill is 23.5 meters wide. So just to give you a rough idea, I think this is 18 meters? 16, almost 17. So yeah, we'll just say this is 17, so add another 6 meters on it. So this is almost like 2/3 the size of what the drill working with is going to be. So I could have gone bigger. There is a drill that was 30, and it's by the Giant. It was the mods by Giants, but it's the Bogart drill set that we'll be using. That was in FS19 as a DLC, I do believe, in 19. But now it's just right on the mod hub. But it is good to... I mean, I don't mind doing the forestry work. I mean, it's sitting in that tree harvester for the hour and a half and just cutting down trees and then picking them up. Had good old Mr. Sealy P in the background to keep me company. Playing some of his... just listening to him and his wife farm together. If you don't know who Mr. Sealy P is, I think I made him a friend of my channel. So you should be able to find his YouTube page right there. He is mainly a console player, and he's been in the farming community for a long time. Very good content creator. So if you don't know who Mr. Sealy P is, I don't want to say his content is like mine, but I think we're both really laid back in that sense. But if you've been in the farming community long enough, like I have yourself, then you know probably who he is. And yeah, I've been, I wasn't watching because I had to watch what I was cutting down with the trees. But listening to him and then him teaching his wife how the farming game works. Very good stuff. Oh yeah, and someone also did leave a comment about last episode, because I think I was mentioning about the trailers possibly tipping over. Yeah, lowering the chassis height on the truck would definitely help out, because I would lower the center of gravity. It would definitely help me out. But where's the fun of having the high chassis? That's what I wanted, so that's what we got. Oh, I did almost tip over, bringing logs back. And this is where I don't think it's actually the truck causing the tipping over part. So, I mean, the trailer was overloaded. I think I had about 24 tons of trees on there. I think I showed last episode I had a good load on there, and that was like 22. So I got down to this corner, and this is where logs in the trailer still do some weird things, because the law of physics don't apply here on Oceanside Forest. So... I mean, you all can imagine if you were coming down here with a heavy load of trailer logs and you turn right here too fast. Now, if the trailer is going to tip over, which way would it tip over? If you said to the left, congratulations. I came down here and the trailer, not the truck, started to tip to the right when I took the corner. I don't know. Didn't tip over. My truck was probably leaning to the left, and the trailer's like, no, I'll counter that and go to the left. That's where it went. Anyways, so that field's plowed. So I'm not going to do soil samples in that yet, because if I do expand it, then I'll have to go back in there with the soil sampler. And, of course, you know, then that's just doing work twice. Let's park this right here for now. So, right up here, let me go ahead and we'll get our little drone out, aka fly mode. And let's go into fly mode and we'll see. There we go, right there, you can see it. Kind of an open area. Not many trees into it. So, yeah, I think we'll go up there with the tree harvester and cut down trees. Now, there is a road. You can kind of see it in the distance. That comes down to that field-ish. But to get there, we're going to create a road from the production yard on the way up. But to get to that road, I mean, you basically can see it going up there. Then it goes around there. cuts down around to over the farmyard itself. And then comes here. So I'd have to go all the way up and around, but I think to make our life easier, we're going to make a road up through here. That's what I want to do. Let me drop back on down. Kneecaps are fine. Let me turn that off so I can get into vehicles. Let me go grab, actually. I think, how much money we got? So, I do want to purchase something. I will look in the used section just to see what's there. And, well, okay, that makes my decision kind of easy. Let me go ahead. Let's grab the truck. And I am actually going to go sell some products from our sawmill. Because we got a lot. I want to at least be able to buy something today, right? I mean, well, I am going to buy something later on, but that's a building I'm going to put down. Let's see. I think I got the autoloader and gate, the gate, or the curtain open the left-hand side. Can this auto load without the curtain being open? The answer is no. Or something's broken. Alright, just start waiting for them to respawn, and when they start respawning, if you click on the autoloader button, whatever autoloader you're using, they'll spawn a lot quicker. When it's planks you're loading, they'll stack on top of one another, but as I mentioned last time, if it's the beams or wood beams, they will not. I was ready to say there's got to be more. I mean, we had 400,000 liters of wood in there. Let's make one trip on down. I will be kind of easy going around the corner. So let's see, we got 27, 32, 34. Alright, so we got 40 pallets in there. I know I can get up to 52. I had 52. I'm trying to remember it back on No Man's Land when I was doing Alien Jim's sawmill there. I think we did pretty well loading up pallets also. I want to bring in some cash because I want to buy the Versatile today. Just because. So I can start working towards saving up for the drill, because that's the next big thing that we got to buy. Well, after the Versatile. Wait, are those? Why aren't those selling over there? Oh, we started to get an environmental score, so our score must be doing pretty good. So now... So we've been hovering right around 50, 52 for our score. So what is our score? Up to 76. Not too bad. So now we're getting some bonus scores. Well, that's just going to make the money come in a lot faster. Oh yeah, so we're already up to, okay, 235,000. That was a very, very nice sale. Let me go ahead. I'll probably just end up selling everything. You know me, once I start, I can't stop. So, I'm not selling the wood chips or the bark mulch today. I will sell the firewood with you guys, but let me grab everything out of the sawmill itself and make all the sales there, and I'll see you in a little bit. Last load I'm going to be taking from the sawmill for now. We're just shy of $500,000, which always sounds nice, but then you go buy one piece of equipment and then you're kind of broke again, right? That's the way it goes. Still more at the sawmill. I don't know exactly how much more. I mean, pallets just keep spawning. So, I mean, that's a good sign. But the one thing that's helping us out now, like I said, the environmental score is always nice to get that little extra bonus. But as we know in this series here, we're just going to be making loads of money as long as I keep the sawmill going. But at some point, I think I will be taking like the beams and wood beams and putting that on direct selling, just because when those get in here, they don't stack. Nothing will go on top of them. The planks and everything else seem to stack. Now, I'm wondering if this is going to auto-load or not. I did not test this part. I mean, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, they do. Oh, it doesn't quite like it too much. Okay, they're kind of in there. They're kind of in there. Oh, yeah, now there also was another comment about this truck, which I am aware of. If I were to move the fifth wheel, which is what the trailer hitches to in the back of the truck, that is adjustable moving forward and backwards. But they did mention it as well. I do have actually some clearance on the back tires, but not a whole lot. And I think, if I remember correctly, because I did it on the Volvo truck, where I adjusted it, where the auto-loading logging trailer, the legs on that trailer there would bind up on it. It was binding up on a trailer somewhere, but for now, yeah, by moving the fifth wheel closer to the front of the truck will be more stable. Or the trailer would be actually more stable, because the truck helps it stabilize. But yeah, we're just going to leave it where it is. And I am driving down here with the side curtain open because just keep opening, closing, opening, closing. We'll get to you after a while. Now, we're going to be selling the firewood over at the firewood sell point. Put it over here. I don't know if the Sell Everything mod will take it, but we'll just see what the pricing is. Let's see, firewood in bulk, firewood sale point, and the peak price is $13.60. We're at $13.91. December is the best time to sell it. I just want to come on down here and see if the Billy would take it, the Sell Everything mod. First I gotta find firewood. I'm pretty sure I was looking right at it. Oh, firewood in bulk. Billy does buy it. Billy buys everything. I didn't have to edit that mod for it to take, so that's kind of interesting. Now, I'm not sure exactly where the sell point is here. Okay, how about if I just unload it? And it's being sold. Slowly but surely it's being sold. Is it taking out of... Well, it's taking the first couple. I may have to use super strength here, so... Maybe because it's not on the ground? Yeah, it's not on the ground. Alright, so now I know. Now we know. Nicely animation there, because it's not like it just takes the whole thing. It's taking each individual piece of firewood and putting it on in there. Just shy of $500,000. Well, that's fine. Now, let me go ahead and actually close the side curtain. So technically we actually don't need the tractor now, but why not, right? Park that here. Let's go into the store. Large tractors. This is in the base game. It's not a mod, as you can see. We are going to change one thing. 583 horsepower. Pfft. Heck with your 583. We're going 665 because we might need it going up that hill behind the production buildings. As for the tires, there's no option for the wheel setup, but we can change brands. And it's kind of interesting how the brand of tires do change it. The BKTs look kind of nice. Yeah, let's go with the BKTs. Why not? And no color changing. 3-point linkage in the back. That should be good. We got the pin system here as well. We don't need the sensors for the precision farming. Like I said, that's not really necessary. But it's just shy of 400,000. Now, I do believe this is a division of the Steiger, and we use that on Griffin, Indiana. And actually, I might just leave it on down here. No, you know what? I don't want to leave it out in the winter conditions. We're going to bring it on back to the main farm. And I want to see if it fits into that shed to the doors. I think it's going to. As for the air cart and air drill, when we buy that, that's going to need its own shed. But I still have $100,000 in the bank account. So when we get back up to the farmyard, we're going to put this into the shed, of course, and then we're going to put down a workshop because, you know, we're going to need one up there at some point. I'm going a little bit extravagant on the workshop. I mean, we could just get ourselves a little handy-dandy toolbox for, I think it's like $250. I use that somewhere. I think I've used that in a couple series. But we're going to be putting down a decent-sized workshop. Yeah, as I get closer to the shed, this is going to fit easily. And we'll probably have a few of these sheds around here. Let's go ahead and stick this. You know what? I'm going to stick this right in front of the drill, which I'll probably be selling at some point. And if you're asking, why didn't you lease it? That's a rule that we're doing on this series here, no leasing. Unlike other series where we can lease and not buy from the store, but we can buy, use, and only lease. Yeah, I like to do little things different for each series just to make it a little bit more interesting and change it up. But let's go ahead into here and do construction. We got to go into tools because it is a work shed. And this is Hall with work shed. And I better bring the HUD because I do want to change the color again. This is actually made by the same mod author as this shed. Now, you can kind of see where it is here. We need to spin it around this way. And we're actually, I want to back it up by the road. Now, I don't want to put it too close to the road just in case our equipment starts to get, you know, big and it can't go down the road. So I actually want to put it like, I don't know, right there. Oh, nuts. You know what I forgot to do? Change the color because I'm an idiot. I think, though, if I stay in here and, yeah, I get the full money back. As long as you don't go out of the construction mode, you can sell it and get the full money back. In case you didn't know that. Place it down. Don't go out of sell mode if you're like, oh, that's not where I wanted it. Don't exit the sell mode. You'll get the full price on back. Alright, kind of the same spot. Where's the change color? M&M. I think that's the color we got on the other shed. Alright, just brought it over to the other shed to make sure I'm on the right color. I think I may have misread the mod because I thought it was like going to be multiple colors, but I think the multiple colors means it will be multiple colors, but I can only change one of the colors. Anyways, 60,000. Let's put down the shed. Now we got ourselves a shed over here. This should be the door that opens on up. And where is... First of all, where's my setting to do this? Alright, and I think if I just back it here, I hope I just got to back it up to here. It doesn't actually show the trigger of the work zone. So, well, let's grab the versatile, because it's the only thing that's movable over here. Let me just see where I actually got to put things to repair them. If I got to bring them all the way in, that's going to be a little bit challenging for some things. But I'm going to guess I would just have to bring... How would you bring a header in here? I guess back up a header? Okay, it shows it there. That's good. Wait, can I... I can customize, repair, repaint. I cannot... Oh, wait, I did see sell. Did I misread the other workshop? I thought sell was always at the end, but it's in the front. So the workshop on the map, I may have to double check that. You know what? The tree harvester is still down there. I'll have to double check on that. Alright, so just curiosity, is the trigger out here as well? No, it is not. So it does have to be in. How far in? Sorry, I'm just testing because if I bring it in... Oh, you can hear that little tick. Let me back up for a second. If you listen, you'll hear like a little notification. Right there. Right there should be in the trigger. I don't know if you hear that little dink. That lets you know that you're in the zone. And we're in the zone, so I could really hug a header pretty close to here and get it on in. Alright, let me go ahead and get stuck in the tires. Let me close that door. You know what? You probably have already seen it, but I'm thinking maybe the workshop alongside with the versatile. We'll park that right there for a thumbnail. Tree harvester is next. Sorry, I just want to back up here. I'm not doing anything other than checking the trigger because I'm an idiot. No, it says back, customize, repair. Well, I'm here. I want to repair it. But yeah, so now we do have a place to sell it, anything that we want, back in our own workshop, which is great. But we will go ahead and refuel this while we're here as well. Another thing I want to do, not right now because I don't have the money. We had it a second ago, I had $500,000. But instead of driving the tree harvester around from spot to spot, we got ourselves a truck, right? So we're going to get ourselves a low boy, and we're going to transport the tree harvester around the map and cut trees that way. And like I said, I don't want to put all the fields together. I want to kind of use the whole map, so occasionally it's going to be a little bit aggravating for me. I don't want to say aggravating for me. Maybe it will be when I'm doing it, but he's saying, why did I put all the fields apart and have to drive from spot to spot? But I think instead of just working in one general area, which is the most convenient and most efficient way to do things, we're going to scatter everything kind of away. The fields, not the production building. I don't want one chicken coop, one area. We're putting all the chicken coops together. I got to make sure I put down manure pits for the chicken coops. Yeah, still a bit more things to test, but it's going to take me about a minute or two to get back up here to the production yard. And we'll start making our way up to the semi-field. Yeah, I can still see all the pallets here at the sawmill, but that could be just it. But I don't know how much are still in there. And just to double check, so we sold 3 pallets. That's 12,000 liters of firewood. I think they're 4,000 liters apiece. Alright, just trying to figure out the ratio there. I may have to wait for another one to spawn again to confirm how much they are. I thought in testing there were 4,000 liters, but I might be wrong on that. Wrong about a lot of things. I'm trying to figure out here how to approach this. I think actually, you know what? This is the way I want it. I mean, the road can always do what it does. I mean, I can move it every which way I want. But the way the chicken coops are going to be, I think we'll have to start like right about here. And use our pink, yellow tree harvester. Which, honestly, with the pink, yellow, and blue, it doesn't look that bad to me. I mean, it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not my colors of choice if I were to go buy one. Well, actually, if it was a tree harvester and I want to be unique, why wouldn't you? And the best thing would be if someone ever stole it. Yeah. Try to tell me that's yours. A pink, yellow tree harvester. So all this wood's going to go into the sawmill, of course. So we got ourselves the tractor now, which is great. Something we can take off the checklist. So wow, this is starting to look a little bit steeper than I thought it was. And this is why I really went with a lot of horsepower on the tractor, even though when it comes time, the implement's going to say, I think like 500 horsepower it requires. And of course, we're going to be a couple hundred over. Almost a couple hundred over. Going uphill, we'll just see how it performs. I thought about using the Big Buds. I haven't used the Big Bud. Try and remember the name of the map. It was like Georgia? It was an FS19. Hazard County. I think it was Hazard County was the name of the map. We used the Big Bud there. The big bud. This doesn't keep track of the amount of trees it knocks. That's what I say. That's right. I wish, you know, it'd be great if this would keep track of how many trees you cut, like the balers do. Like, hey, you've made so many bales today. All right. You know what? You know, I thought about making a road here, and I'm still going to try to, but yeah, it's getting a little steep. Sure beats back to episode 1 when I had a chainsaw, the Deutz, and a winch. Yeah, when I was in fly mode, it doesn't look that steep. Oops, yep, I'm even got to keep on the accelerator a little bit because I keep just rolling on back. Or maybe I better go up in this field and actually kind of have another look around. Let's get on up in that field. I mean, I gotta cut the trees down anyways. What I could do is make some switchbacks, which would not be fun with trailers going up and down, as long as I made the switchbacks wide enough. And once we get up here, it's not as bad. It's just that one initial spot. I mean, down there it's a little bit, but I think our equipment can handle it. On up. Yeah, so this is a nice way to get a field kind of going rather quickly. Not many trees, so it's not going to take me too long to get all these trees cut down in between episodes, and I'll have to do some more looking into on the path coming up here. We'll have to angle it and maybe do some landscaping to level it out to make it just a little bit easier. Although the one thing that may restrict me to kind of make it look really authentic is the painting on the landscaping mod. I don't think we got rocks and all that, do we? And let me just see what styles we got here. So if I go to construction, landscaping, painting. So we got mud, asphalt, dirt, forest ground, gravel. Yes, we don't have like the rocks and kind of stuff. So, yeah. I mean, that's fine. I was just trying to get a little creative on picturing a road coming up here. Just having like a rock wall on the higher side of the road. Oh well. I don't think the map author had that in mind when creating the map of putting that down. So this field here, I think once we get it cleared out, I think this field here will actually be bigger than the one that we plowed earlier. But like I said, that field also, it'll get bigger as we go along. I just got to do this for a while. But basically, I kind of figured out, for me to cut down 100 trees and grab them with the autoloader and bring them to the sawmill, and this is casually doing it, not like, you know, I got to get this done. In 2 hours, I could probably cut down 100 trees and clear them out and get them to the sawmill. Like I said, though, I wasn't racing myself. Like, how many can I do in an hour? Like I said, I did about an hour and a half, and we did about 80 trees. So this will be a nice field of sorghum in, well, we'll plant it in April. It'll start growing in May. And we're going to have plenty of feed for our chickens for the first year. Now, like I said, and this is where it could get a little tricky, but I think we'll be fine. But we're going to try it. We're just going to start with 8 chickens. So the chicken coop we're using will hold 2,000 chickens, but we're just going to start with 8. But we will be buying mature chickens, so the first month we get them, you know, in 2 months, we'll be up to 16. And then, of course, it'll take a little while for those chickens to mature, but the original 8 will, every 2 months, will give us 8. And eventually, you know, the other 8 will be grown up, and then every 2 months we'll get 16, and then, you know. I think you understand the concept of that. I hope. Oh no! Don't get stuck on that. That will. Yep. All right. There we go. That's perfectly normal. It's a moth. You know, that's an accessory you can get on tree harvesters. Before you drive back down, maybe I should get the ones up here first, and then work my way down. And then we can plow this field next episode. I might do it with a Versatile or the 7R, or I was going to say get rid of the 7R. I think we'll keep the 7R for now because I'll have to feed the chickens with something, and using the Versatile is probably too much. But the 7R will be going at some point, and we'll get ourselves a tractor to use around the production yard along with the chickens. There'll be, like, you know, something equal to the 7R, but probably won't be another John Deere. Yeah, so I'm going to be here cutting trees for a little bit. Well, actually, I'm going to go edit this video first and, you know, get this uploaded, and maybe, if I got some time, I'll come back in here. But when we come back next time, all the trees in this field should be cut, and something of, I won't put the road actually in, but I'll have trees cut so we can get right into making a road up to this field right from the production farm. Fingers crossed. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you right here on Oceanside Forest. But until then, have a good one.